Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, Trashkin all, good evening and welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your humble host, Rasta Trashbear, and today we have some more work to put in Remnant 2. We of course have Good Boy and our trusty rifle. Well, that's new and terrifying. Like a tumbleweed, but spiked. Oh, I'm having flashbacks to Strangler. Still kind of hate that boss fight. Whoop. I don't see it. Heck is it? Yeah, they're similar to the tumbleweed.
Bag's full.
Similar, but different. Anything good? Yeah, well, skin bomb. I haven't seen oil skin in a hot minute. Ah. More iron, always a good thing. Can't read it. Nothing hiding under there? Alright. Can't get a good look at that bodkin there. Alright. It's very often synonymous with danger in this game, but... hell spells. But not very dangerous. Well... You don't need to be very dangerous when, when my health bar is pretty much made out of Swiss cheese and hope. Yep.
Holy hell.
It's a good boy taking care of that colossal pain in the ass. Sup, dear? Excuse me, Cora. Don't worry, I don't have any reason to do you harm. Alright. You've been a very good boy. Goofy looking, but majestic. Yeah, there we go. Scavenging with the claws isn't hard, just gotta know when to use the charge. I keep winding up overshooting with this thing. Go figure. Well, that's the downside of semi-auto. Or full auto. You will apply more bullets than entirely necessary to solve the problem. Where's it coming? Oh boy. That's new and terrifying. Woo! You don't think those tumbleweeds have a life cycle where they wind up the elites? Do you?
Yep. This is it.
Oh, those are explosivo. Oh, now we know. Now we know. We learned a thing. But as you know, my luck with AoE hazards in this game and using them effectively is poor to middle it. Oh hey, that tree seems to be real healthy. This region of the world. That implies there's a... Oh, why? How do?
What summons me from my ethereal wanderings?
A wanderer.
Bizarre. What kind of beast is this?
Humankind? Maybe, Paxeltech?
Paxeltech. I can share my wanderings with you. But first, I seek the knowing, the truth of nature held within your ark. You want to answer? So I will ask.
Okay.
Answer these questions true, sweet beast, so that your ark may be known and your eye may open. And do choose wisely. Answer from your heart.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
You are a key witness in the trial of a thief. The thief stole money from a market, but then donated all of the stolen coin to a neglected orphanage. Telling the truth, even the whole truth, will end with the thief in jail and the stolen coin returned to its proper owners. Do you report the thief, or allow the poor orphans to keep the coin?
The orphan should have the money.
You are the ruler of your people, but a small group of rebels has taken arms against you. You could seek out a mutual solution, but doing so prolongs the conflict and may bear no fruit at all. Or you could wipe them out and end the conflict immediately. Do you treat with the rebels, or do you preserve the peace?
Speak with them.
Your closest friend is about to be wed. It is the day of the ceremony, and all are happy. But for you have learned that your friend's betrothed has had a liaison. If you tell them, it will ruin their grand day. If you don't, it may lead to later grief. Do you stay silent and enjoy the party, or tell the truth?
The truth.
Your child has taken up a dangerous game, taunting a wild beast for their amusement. If they continue, they will almost certainly get hurt, though they will learn much if they are not killed. Do you stop them, or let them learn from their own mistakes?
You gotta give them
I
space to
see.
goof.
Your family are starving.
Unless they're taking a
One
stick to an
day,
animal, in which
you're
case
out
they get
foraging for
stopped.
food when a huge sack of coin falls off the back of a cart. This would be a great boon to your family, but the money belongs to someone else. You have but only a moment to call out and return the coin. Do you keep the money, or call out and
Now let me think. Oh yes.
You have chosen your path, sweet beast. Your heart is true. May the power of the doe's eye free you from your incarnate shackles.
Huh. Bark skin.
In the arc of every being, there are two eyes. We may see out of either, but most favor one over the other. The Ravager's eye is dynamic, driven, and endlessly hungry. Yet for all its power, its vision is clouded. The eye of the Ravager rarely sees beyond its own satiation. Like an animal chasing its tail, it knows no rest. The doe's eye sees only what is before it. The gift of the doe is subtle, easily missed. It is a most mysterious presence inside oneself, conferring power without force, just as the doe itself cannot be sought, nor tracked, nor hunted. By answering true, sweet beast, you give me a wink, and now the gifts of your dominant eye will be open to you.
It's lovely.
Would you care to hear a tale? It is about those who see as you do. I will tell you of Ramaril, the servant child of the Vaunt. I found Ramaril as a babe, large and angry as only a hungry babe can be. Nothing became of him as it happened. He grew from a great crying babe to a great quiet Pan. He served without word or complaint. None knew his name, for though one might thank the creator of a meal or a washroom, who even considers the child who merely cleans up after? When the Krell came, they laid siege to the temple. None could escape nor call for help. All were doomed. The doe's eye opened in Ramaril that day. He was no fighter and had no training of any kind. But he lifted the largest shield he could find and told the others to run once he'd made away. He drove dozens of Krell over a cliff, and himself with them. Later, his masters came to me seeking to know more of this boy who had saved them, whom I had laid at their doorstep. I told them many stories. One might even consider them true. Is there anything else? Knowledge of me? Of our wonderful world?
Why not?
You stand before Meander, spirit of the natural world, daughter of stem and stream. My sisters and I are the glorious weavers of all wild beauty. When mountain, spring, and sturdy tree trunk take your breath, sweet beast, that is us. That is our blessing. An immeasurable number. Mother stem and mother stream rely on us to sprawl and grow. Though we don't often commune with beasties such as you. Not in this age. Especially not since what happened to Kaeula.
What happened to Kaeula?
Beast. Tragedy most cruel. Kaeula was fascinated by mortals, by your lives and stories. Unlike most of us, she made herself no secret. And you worshipped her with your short lives. Even built her a house. A temple, you called it. The root found her there. We godlings are not easily unwoven, however.
Oh.
And it slew her not. But perhaps it would be better if it had. For what remains is no longer the sister I knew. But
my condolences.
we hold happy thoughts. Regret only wastes one life with another. Is there something else? By day,
Sure.
a dappled glade of emerald branch and golden leaf, carpeted by downy moss. By night, sweet beast, the trees bewitch the lost and inebriated. Or so it was before this age of extermination. How I long to return to play. This age, for me, holds only decay.
Well, thank
Very
you for
well,
the
sweet
assessment.
beast. Be on your way.
Appreciate the info. truly and deeply. Oh, hey, we got a checkpoint. Let's consult the good old map. Oh, we got a continuation there and there. Very fortunate. Ah, is the way barred? Yep. Well, I am grateful that the map feature popped up here. We're not really low on supplies, but we did burn a heal, so how are we doing on scrap? Not great. 266. Ooh. Upgrades are expensive. We don't have a lot of scrap in our pockets. Ah. Right before I saw it.
Here they come.
Anyone else? More villages. Anybody else? Well, yep. Plenty anybody else. I don't even mind that they're flyers so much. It's just they're hard to track. Well, let's get the good stuff. Yeah, plenty of iron. And a little bit of scrap to show for our clothes. Yeah. Stone axe, kind of Gano style. I know one of the primitive axe designs is to take a stone head, to drill a hole through a piece of wood, and kind of make an arrowhead style head. Where, like, if it wears through, you usually replace the handle instead of. Something sounds weird.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, that explains why it sounds weird. That ain't your standard mage. That thing had a heckin' executioner axe. Oh boy. Seems like a place folk would gather. Or I'm overanalyzing.
Looking good. can't carry anymore.
Well, regardless, I'm going to need that iron. Nothing else to sell off for extra scrap. Well, I say extra, but it's going to be a while before it actually is extra. Feels like a trap. And it's otherwise. Alright. Well, that's an extra trade point for us. That's a very good boy. Okay, I got 3 of them, and 1 bird that was minding its own business. I do apologize to the burb. That was not my intent. Ah, more scrap. Because again, right now there is no such thing as extra scrap. Oop, almost missed you. And I'm glad I didn't. Every little bit helps. You get it down. Shame we don't have the scrap trait. Come to think of it, did the scrap trade even make it in here? I mean, we certainly haven't found Eldritch knowledge yet. Alright, that counts as buried. Got it. Yep. Looks like all roads lead here. So, does look like we missed something over there. Let's take a look-see. Worst that happens is we get a bonus encounter.
I'm full up.
Bonus item. Heart of the Wolf. Oh, I did do a little adventure mode. I did come up with a couple of new items. Gunslinger's Ring. think it was not the power simmer, expanse. Yeah. Increases rage damage by 12, reduces all other damage dealt by 6%. The stellar currents have more utility than simply guiding Nerude. They connect to points in time and space, allowing those with a sight to traverse, or at least see across them. This has applications both astronomical level, and, if one is clever about it, an individual one. This ring, your vision expands in a way that's hard to describe. Distant objects are drawn closer, easier to hit, but anything already near you slips from your field of vision like water. If I remember right, oh yeah, and last time we got the curry charm. Let's see, I found the emergency switch. House Almara stasis pods were entombed with the most heavily enforced positions on Nerude, but their place of privilege allotted them nothing. They died like the rest. When below 50%, chance to consume relic is reduced by 35%. Final relic charge is not consumed on use, but effect cannot be triggered again for 60 seconds. A monitor built into the side of a stasis pod to awaken the Jazeer who slumbered within instantly. This one was severed from its pod long before it could be activated. Just sad, but you know, that's life. Let's see. Heart of the Wolf. Max stamina by 25% and movement speed by 10. This artifact is not actually imbued with the Ravager's power. But it was created as an act of worship designed to emulate the beast's strengths. The doe and wolf are equally matched, both in speed and strength. How else could the two be locked in eternal combat in which neither can gain the upper hand? Well, I'm glad I checked that out. Ooh, that's right, we got a trait point to spend. Can't let those trait points go idle. Let's see, bark skin, fitness. We have maxed out vigor. All incoming damage by 1. That sounds terrific. I will happily take a 1% damage reduction. I'm pulling myself down, but I don't think there's anything to be gained down there. It's a long walk back up. So let's hit this new edge and see what else the Far Woods has for us. We haven't found any dungeons yet.
Alright, let's do this.
The four-winged part really creeps me out a little. Like, it's pretty good at invoking the uncanny valley. There we go. On one hand, I naturally want to explore structures. On the other hand, seeing what's around the structure before approaching it is also good. Oh. Good boy.
Shit.
Scrap and handgun ammo. Well, I've had far worse rewards in my day. Alright. Anything else along here, or just the pathway? Just the pathway, I think. Well, the map seems to indicate that the boss is elsewhere. but let's face it, the map has on occasion lied to us before. Oh, and I figured out what the number is. According to someone, or at least someone on a board somewhere. Oh, these guys have been cornered just fine. Oh yeah, we got urgency. Nice. X urgency. I mean... Oh god, not now. I picked the wrong time. I mashed the wrong button.
That's over.
Oh god. That could have been bad. Ooh. There's a rich scene drops indeed. Alright, let's see. What's urgency? Oh, I leveled up Gunslinger. Doy. Firearms gain 15% reload speed after a... Nope. There I go, knocking my bike arm again. After a kill. That's nice. Whoa. Kinda wish I had a name for Mr. Arms there. Kinda resembled the vampires from the last game, but uglier. Somehow. I suppose, on thinking on it, calling those boys tumbleweeds is perhaps not correct. We're gonna start calling them critters after the B horror movie. Because they are pert near all mouth. Alright. Yep, absolutely nothing there. We'll head back and check out the house in just a minute. But first, loot. Oh, hey, a health fragment. Cool. Oh, I ended up resorting to selling off some relic fragments. No. Seriously, some relic dust. I mean, I wasn't doing anything else with it. Well, let's make sure we got all the wicker work. I tell you, the real sign of the apocalypse is that I can break the wicker work now. I will remind you that in the previous game, this wicker work was impervious to bullets.
Great or bad news?
Well, isn't that just great? Almost got me. Oh hey, another exit. This one also not indicated to be the way through. Well, we have two choices. Oh, that's a chasm. Alright, so I suppose our next move is to head on back and check out the house. Well, absolutely nothing again. I can't help but wonder if there's a path there. Doesn't seem to be. Just appears to be set dressing. Oh well. They can't all be loot bonanzas. How are we doing? Well, we gained about 500 scrap. That's certainly nothing to sneeze at. How are we doing for inventory, though? Let's see. Skin on oil. Vestigial memories of the plague endured to this day. A pan must always keep his fur clean and well groomed during war, for when blood spills freely and wounds fester beneath every robe, a clean pan is as unsullied as one of many. There's root rot, blight, and increases blight resistance by 10. A thick, sweet-smelling slab meant for fur. Its scent has a deep, earthy base. Its essential ingredients plucked fresh from the jungle floor. At least it was fresh at some point. Well, it seems like everybody that has to deal with the root either suffers horrible plagues or comes up with oilskin tonic of some form. I love you. I was expecting to find more oilskin tonic. Ah, right. This was what I was thinking of. Was that also set dressing then? Ah, I see. I saw it from the rise. Well, since that one's marked for primary objective, we're going to be taking the optional path first, Trashkin. No, Ma Trashbear didn't raise no fool. I know what the good stuff is. You can't trick me, game. We're a little low on sidearm ammo. Oh, I'm gonna have to take some time between sessions, Trashkin, to straighten out this build because I haven't bothered updating my relics since the labyrinth. All right, let's get a fresh chunk of ammo. Nice. No idea if this will be a fight or not.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Forgotten field.
Here they come.
Oh, you're new. You're not a foe. That's just an alternate path. We can head straight on. Or we can take the side. Awesome. I will happily drop another into damage reduction. 2 doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. Damage reduction of 20 is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, this isn't looking good.
Nope. heard it spawn. I don't see it, but... At least I think that was the elite spawning noise. Now these resemble the kind of root monstrosities. Oh yeah, these resemble the Unkillables from back in the First Ward. Yeah. Seriously.
I'm glad that's over.
So apparently the life cycle is when one drops. It's the same monster, just different life stages, I think. Like the flyers are controlling the, for lack of a better word, root golems. I guess root biosuits? Rootstrosities? Man, that kind of makes me think of Lovestrosities from the Dark Tower, the Drawing of Free. I haven't thought about those in about a minute. Yep. And then those with that blue-grayish tint, I think, are the Elders? Man, they have such strange life cycles. I picked the wrong path, boy howdy. Alright, not bad. Seriously? Can I get a break? Whoa. How did he go? Oh, there he is. Ah, got me on the death swing. Nothing more infuriating than a sky shot archer, I tell you. I didn't deserve him that time. Ay, 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 ay. There's a wish to gather all available goods.
Okay, this is it.
Well, that's good. Getting everything is a slow process. One I find worthwhile. I do like that little jerk to the side. Makes life more interesting. But when I can't just, you know, pour round after round after round into a baddie. Nice if I could buy into some improved melee. This feels like such a complicated map, Trashkin. Layers, pop-up layers, top of side paths. Sure, must hit a dead end some... Ah! Speaking of dead ends. Oh, hey. Hello. Alright, waste part. Time to pay attention in case this is a puzzle. We can't hop that? Really? Any explosive? No explosive. Well, I have no idea how to wind up there, but... Not sure if there's an easy return here, but... hidden paths are usually promising. This seems like a big deal. Certainly look different than any other path I've dealt with. Oh, we found our way to the base. That's lovely. So that's our return. Okay. Well, I'm glad I worked that out. Oh, this is a puzzle. This is some silly platforming. Oh, it feels good to make my brain itch. Just a little. Aha. Oh. Dang it. Alright, we'll get to this side. You're my best boy. There's loot to be had. I think I also stumbled into a suit of space armor. There we go. Yeah, the big old ceremonial sword. What the hell's bells, man? Oh! So it leads further up yet. I'm like, it seems like I should do something here. Still don't like the long jump. Feel nervous every time. Having flashbacks to Mario 64, man. Nothing? Nothing. Nice to have a balance between exploration and combat. That slightest shift in the music got me. That's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. That narrow path right there just had me going. That ain't it. That is a death trap was my first thought. Oh. Oh, you guys are actually way more dangerous at range. What with you? Was that 6 possibles? Ugh, that's kind of a nightmare to dodge. Oh, hey, another chest. Talisman of the Sun. Let's get that reading out of the way. Talisman of the Sun increases fire damage by 20% and burning damage by 50%. To the Pan, the sun is an omen of pain as well as life. The talisman grants the bearer a small measure of the sun's power. Long and long did we sail the dark sea, but through everything around us, or though everything around us changed, even the stars in the sky, still we sailed beneath the same sun. Gorgeous. The back's real simple, but iridescent? Maybe made out of titanium? Maybe bismuth crystals? I mean, it's consistently iridescent is what gets me. Alright, yep. Coloration's a little different there. It's like for that central pad, it got me curious, but hence why I thought I was about to be dropped through a panel. Oh god, it is in fact huge. Let's head back and explore that unexplored branch then. Like I got done one tail, or I got off onto one end. It was just like, oh, there's a lot of loot here. Let's go. All right, so we headed up. All right, so that way. Saw a ladder over here. I see a purple. What we got? Guardian's Ring. Oh, let's get the reading up. I keep on equipping my Gunslinger's Ring. At least I know it by sight now. Right. Like the ancient rulers, the Pan's Guardian had followers of its own and gave of itself to bolster their strength. This ring, for example, was forged from the Guardian's very body. The one of many could not have been created by the Pan, for the Guardian is formed of living invincible stone, and no Pan knows, nor ever knew, how to work such a marvel. One stack of bulwark, within 15 meters of enemy, increases to 2 stacks for 10 seconds after melee, or taking melee damage. Well, if you're stuck doing the dance melee, that's an excellent ring to have on you. Having been stuck doing the dance melee, I'd know. That was my Rolophilia in 1. Or rather, from the ashes. It's a little like explaining Earthbound or Mother series, where yes, Earthbound is 1. stateside. Mother or Mother Zero, as far as the first game. Earthbound or Mother 1 is 2. That kind of a numbering situation. Alright. Back up the way. To the left. Yeah, that's what we got left. One more cluster and one more set of fights. It's been a very profitable dungeon so far. Yeah, we broke off right there. Perhaps not the most thrilling of dungeons, but I mean, more items is more items, Trashkin. I don't know what to tell you. Upgrades don't pay for themselves. Seems like a potential fight. Yeah. Oh. Boys seem to have a long aggro range. Alright. That's a return route. I enjoy the fire. Yeah, it seems like you get in a juvenile from the big husks. The free floaters seem like adolescent, and then the adults are the blue. I think. Well, that taking the tentacle there was just dumb luck. I completely missed that on the first pass. Absolutely not a down here, but I just assumed dead end. Getting sloppy, Trashkin. Never just assume. Use your eyes. Hold on. It's an item. Ah, that's a chest. Well, let's see how we've done since coming in here. Oh, we've done quite well. Alright, we got a fair bit more to explore then. Yeah, another split in the road. This path doesn't seem as complex. But that's fine. They do. Slightly less puzzly puzzle. Exactly like the old rot drop out of Shroud for those sky shots. Once you have the timing down, you're fine. Like when you hear that first shriek, roll one count, roll one count, roll, you're good. I think. Maybe I'm just counting slow. Who knows? Oh, they come in teleporting. That's why I have such a time with these boys. Surprising that doesn't make you an elite.
Come on.
I think we're good. You got everything in there? Oh yeah, for certain. Alright, well, let's check these nooks and crannies then. I'm gonna ask Rasp, why don't you check the map to be sure? To which I would respond, they hide the good stuff off the map. That's why I check the weird corners. Well, there's something to be said for securing your means of egress. Alright, so that leads back the way we came. Alright, that gives us 2 pretty clear exit routes. Alright, nothing. Alright, both of those will take us back. Good to know. We're probably not going to be exiting through the front, but good to know. Well, this would be the last of it. That really is a fair-sized dungeon for complexity. My compliments to the verticality. I gotta remember to scope out that second level, though. There's a ramp up. I just happened to miss it on my way in. Do they drop pelts? Nope. I should be so lucky. It might be a low chance thing. Oh, here it comes. Dumb luck, I just happened to find it through the glaze. Yeah, that definitely seems pupil. On second thought,
Hell.
the adult and the glowy blue-grays don't seem that different. So I'm guessing that those big lumbering monstrosities are actually pupil. That's a cocoon. That's not a body. Happens to be a mobile one. Sorry to disturb you, bird friends. But again, upgrades don't pay for themselves, bird friends. Oh, I'm certainly glad not to be fighting a boss so far. This dungeon may yet... Is that a miss wall? Oh god, it's a miss wall. Yep, that's a miss wall. Okay, I stand corrected. This is the boss fight dungeon. Alright, Trashkin. Is that a continuation of? Alright, there's a checkpoint there. Let's check out this return route, though. Because if it's possible to snag the goods prior to, I'd like to. There's a good chance I'll forget all about that, that unexplored chunk up front. I don't want to forget about that. So, I'm going to take a little jog and be right. Alright, after a quick little jog back to the front. Make sure we got all that we can get. Which, I mean, granted, we're going to hit the checkpoint before we head in to the fight, whatever that may be, just in case. Up. I managed to goof beam walking in a 3-4 foot wide beam there. That's embarrassing. All right. Well, right stone. Right stone. Oh, when Frona explodes. Okay. Now fully grown, the young rebels learn quickly that all things can be fashioned into weapons, no matter how meek or puerile. Indeed, weapons, the ever-living immortal. What was that? The ever-living immortals, so long divorced from their own childhoods, would never anticipate. Favored long ago by Pan youth, who gleefully threw these popping crystals at the ground during celebrations and rituals, and often each other. So I guess the Pan equivalent of poppers. Huh. Well, Trashkin, I'm gonna pause while I jog us on back to where we need to be. Well, Trashkin, that's embarrassing. I was so gung-ho for next section, I completely failed to notice this little treasure trove. Didn't snap to until I was halfway there. Well, let's make sure that's everything. Now it's everything. I should really cash in some of those exotic parts I have lying around, but they're so expensive. Alright. Let's use that checkpoint. See what kind of craze fight we have on our hands. Well, that's a spear and a skeleton. Don't have to be a genius to work out this equation. That's a lot of spears. A lot of skeletons. I'm sensing a theme.
Oh, great, more bad news.
Blade and spear, shield and stone. To arms, they come. They, what? A Paxotech. A
Terrible wonder.
Even for one who has seen many wonders. If its kind walk Yesha foreigner, then surely the wheel of the world is set to turn again.
You and I both hope.
Perhaps it will grind me at last.
Are you in pain?
No, outweighs peace in the measure of my days. God murderer.
Can I help you?
The traveler tried once. She came upon me at first light, when the dew had not yet fallen from the grass. A carpenter, and daughter of a carpenter who was a carpenter's son. The branches took her at once. I wonder if her saw is still clenched within her fair hand. How came I to this wretched state? Its eyes reached the question. Before its tongue left home or hearth, the tumbling ruin beneath its tender pads was once a fortification, an encircling bulwark to the greatest conurbation ever brought forth on Asia's soil. Such faith we put in its solidity. Merchant and marshal, peasant and prince, their souls kneeled at the altar of within and without. But a wall is a false god, built to crumble. The only thing a wall ever truly divides is a fool from his wisdom. The rifts open swiftly. They split the bulwark stone as a hot needle kisses the onion skin of a boil, and the pus poured through on tangled wooden limbs. Teeming with life. The sun has never shone on a city greater, ruined, so that I might not even visit it in dreams, charneled by the final calamity.
So interesting. I know we're running long, but
They rushed upon us like a river in flood. The end began. For 40 days, we fought them on these steps. The soldiers fell first.
oof,
Then the officers.
oof.
Then they called upon the priests.
Oh, hell.
We knew the children would be next. And so, we flung our very bodies into the breach. Some were torn apart like green shoots in a glutton's teeth. Others were swallowed whole and vanished from the sphere. I stuck, anguished cork in a malign bottle. It seethes around me. It waits to disgorge its grotesqueries once more upon Yesha's scalded skin. Please, Paxotek, wanderer, it who would do right, put its edge to this cursed snarl. Vent its rage upon it. We lay there are no strangers to the last voyage. Destroy the knot.
Well, I'm looking for that carpenter's saw first, buddy. We getting you out of here whole if we can help it. Just believe you me. Believe you me. I got enough deaths on my conscience as it is. Matter of fact, I got a whole previous game worth of, oh god, I got them killed on my conscience. It snapped her up. That saw somewhere. I'm betting. I might have to consult Fextra Life, but don't you worry, buddy. We're gonna figure this out. This might be a chance of kind of a deal. We got no real markers here. No means up. Nothing more to contribute then. Okay. Well, I'm officially consulting Fix Your Life, Trashkin. Back in just a moment. Well, Trashkin, it would appear that, the saw is not a thing, so... Heck. Well, fortunately, Best Puppo's up. Part of the problem is the sheer crowd of baddies I drew. Ooh. Trashkin, this one's gonna be a tall dance number. That's fine, I've done tall dance numbers before. Okay. Same dance number. That went a whole lot smoother this time. Oh boy. Oh, that's the filer. Okay. Okay, so like Defiler, extra tough archer. Hey, you made it, Chief.
I'm glad that's over.
You lived. I'm so glad. You alright?
Is this real?
Yes.
Or has insensate madness claimed me? Paxaltag. I have not tasted air unmixed with the foul humors of the tango in an age's age, nor did I dream that I ever might again, much less feel the soft touch of good soil beneath my hooves.
Oh, I know
Or the
that
kiss
feeling.
of the wind on my free fur. Faithless have I been, and yet Paxaltec came, with war in its right hand, and temperance in its left. The Paxaltec came, and I am saved. Two-handed warrior. It has my allegiance, whatever may come.
I'm glad to
Paxaltec
have it,
a
friend.
gift for death, this much is true, but they are not all destroyers. Perhaps
Well,
if it fights with us, perhaps the root may yet be crushed under the wheel of time. Take
I hope
this,
so.
though it be a relic of Welamer, stewards of death. Wield it in defense of life.
Wholeheartedly agreed. Rugged. What will
I
you do
think
now?
I shall linger here a while yet. Many are those who fell on these blood-soaked steps. No, some are now naught but bones. They each deserve the funerary rites of royalty. These
Wholeheartedly
I shall endeavor to
agreed.
complete with whatever time is left to me. If its road should ever wind this way again, grace me with a visit. There are yet tales of Yesha, I might tell it, if it cares to hear them shared. On the contrary, it has been ages since I felt
Ah, this is
so
a
very
delight.
much alive.
Uh-oh.
Let us first be properly introduced. Once I was called Lich, foremost of the Lemir. High priest of the dead. How I gloried in that title. Would that I had known the irony. A funerary priest of the deathless, the highborn. One who wraps the powerful in glory, and a Muslim who seals the secrets of the eternal empress with sweet seed oil and with night sap. We guarded the flesh of the great and sought their resurrection. Among these trusted sacred pan, I was the utmost. I relished the favor of for many epochs. The highborn did not fear the flow of time, for the fruit of the Thane tree kept it at bay.
Now that I've heard mention of.
There are other ways to die. Misadventure. The Eternal Empress dreamed of defeating this final terminus.
Don't
If
we all?
life could be taken, could it not be given back? The flesh was preserved against that question's answer. This was the province of the Lemir. But let us start at the beginning. Much would I have it know. And to know all, it must know what is first. Would it hear the history of the Pan? In the time before time, the Pan lived in the place that was. It is said that there came a great plague that ravaged the land so that the fields were seeded only with the bones of the dead and yielded only the cries of the bereft. With his flock drowning in woe, the leader of the Pan held forth a great decree. 100 ships were built to hold 10,000 souls, with their god of many
Good
faces
Lord, that must have
cutting
been
the
some shit.
waves before them. The Pan that were ventured across the Vilgmarza, the dark sea, through the long night. The vaunts prayed and the red widows wept, for no one knew if the dark sea had a far shore. 100 days lit the 100 ships, and 100 nights drew their swaddling across them too. But on the 101st day, As the Red Widow in the foremost ship bowed her horns to the god of many faces, a bird lit between them, singing, "Glory to the Pan, for they have reached the kin mother." Yesha rose like the dawn before them, unseen, untamed, and free. In those days, there was no empress. There were no queens. Colket the Wise passed on the dark sea and left no heir. It was only agreed that the clergy should step in where Colket had stood. The Vaughn's spoke for the many-faced one, and the Red Widows spoke for the sun, stone, sky, and stream. It had been ever thus. Now, they linked hands to cradle the destiny of the Pan. The god of many faces had been with the Pan since the place that was. Longer. None speak of a time before its guardianship. It was a god as real as the soil beneath us. A god one could visit, a god one could touch. Its ways were not known, but all agreed it loved us and ever would. Nor would I have it here of this, for this tendril twines with its own. But patience two-handed one, the king who was, him known to the Pan as Colket the War-handed. Later, Colket the Woe-begone, and at last, as Colket the Wise. Quick of blade was he in his youth, a fearsome general who watered the tree of progress with the lifeblood of many enemies. But the exploits of youth brought Colket no peace in age. They say he took the plague as fate's judgment against his warlike eye. Fate offered a choice: flee the land of his fathers, or end his line as the king of death. Colket hesitated no more in pilgrimage than he had in war. He raised up ships as once he had raised regiments. He sailed from the place that was with a heart full of hope. He was never to see Yesha's shores. He passed in peace before the crossing's end, greeting death with grace. For 80 days, the Vaughn's fell prostrate upon Yesha's unfamiliar shore. They prayed for a sign that our searching was over, and that this forest should be ours. On the 80th day, two forms emerged from the depths where it walked. The soil gave forth, but surely this great yet desperate word is dread, and why not? The doe feel it leaps among the shrub and bramble even now, even with Yesha's son. There are those who think it more than a spirit, a god in waiting. These called the carpent, may her spirit roam the forest alongside the doe forever free. Those who glimpse the doe often glimpse the wolf. To hear those early Vaughn's tell it, a simple deception but a far-reaching one. What must it be to spend an eternity chasing that which one might catch but may not kill? For the wolf and the doe have often met, antler and tooth, hoof and claw. The doe may spill the wolf's blood, and the wolf may taste the doe's flesh, but never the other's life to take. Yesha itself forbids it. They say the chase has driven the wolf quite mad. With the assurance of the Vaughn's, the Pan took to Yesha and she to us. And for a time, there was stillness. Men were born who had never known the land that was, nor the endless sea at their backs. One such was called Genus. She was but 15 springs when she felt the calling of the Red Widows, and not 3 more when she felt the touch of sickness. And it was the Red Widows who ushered the Pan into the soil. But Genus's malady was known to the Widow Mother, to her, to the Elder Pan. It seemed the plague had found them again, even on this distant shore. Genus was shunned, cast out into the jungle, and her name was forbidden from Pan lips. None among them could have plague-ridden and scorned. The Red Widow Genus had been cast into the jungle to be forgotten. But fate had other plans. After many days in the jungle, Genus emerged. The Pan were humble.
We're gonna save a little time here, Trashkin, and pause. Alright, Trashkin, as it would turn out, listening to the entire story, which covers the previous game till now, grants us the Lemire sensor, which increases mod duration by 50% and the mod cost by 15%. The sweet smoky scent of incense lingers on this vessel. The Lemire tied several of these to their horns to keep their hands free during elaborate ceremonies. The Lemire have served the dead for so long, they forget what it means to be alive. The gentle winds whispering through the fur, the warmth of the morning sun, the tender embrace of another. Void of life's pleasures, they become death themselves. Which is a good get. And the other is rugged, which improves the health of archetype summons. Now, we don't have a summon. We have Best Boy, who is more than a summon. I've got at least one more thing to check out, so we're going to pause right here. Well, Trashkin, after checking things out for just a hair there, re-scouring the level, it seems like we didn't draw one of the secrets, so that'll happen. Some of them are a chance to happen, some are guaranteed. But apparently it was a possible puzzle, and well, we didn't draw it that time. But Trashkin, next up we have the Widow's Court. We're going to see how we make out next time, because that's all the time we have, because we are pushing an hour 40, and that's asking a little much, so we're going to keep it short on the intro. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to remind you all that at any time you can hit the subscribe button in the bottom right and join the Trashkin around the trash fire on the regular. You could hit the bell to hear whenever I upload, but I do upload 3 to 4 times a week, so if you don't want to hear from me 3 to 4 times a week, I don't blame you if you don't hit that button. And of course, likes, comments, and shares really help us out in the algorithm, because it doesn't do us a whole lot of favors as is for the daily playthroughs. So if you know somebody that would enjoy this playthrough, feel free to share the video itself, or the playlists that we've made for your convenience. If you have friends that like to binge, that is. I've been your humble host, Rasta Trash Bear, and until next time on Trash Tier Gaming, remember to play some games, take care of yourselves, good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.